Alright, what is up guys? So I wanted to do this video because Dungeonborne just released a teaser video for the new well, not new Pyromancer, but it's like the updated Pyromancer basically, because this is the first video they've released, and I'm assuming because now they're starting to release content. Also, sorry if you hear like the thunder in the background, it's kind of storming and shit. But they've started to release content, and I'm pretty sure because they've started to release content, we will be getting early access soon. Which obviously I'm very, very excited for, because if you know me, you know I love Dungeonborne. So this will probably be the first of many videos if they release more about other characters, which I'm assuming they are. I believe Death Knight will be next, and there's actually like real changes or something new in the video for me to discuss. I will do so. But back to what I was saying, this is the first one they released, and it is about Pyromancer, and they show off several new things in this video that I want to talk about just for a bit. So as you can see, this is a 21-second video, which I should be able to get a good 20 minutes out of. But anyways, yeah, so I'm just going to play the video, and then I'll go back through and look at it. And just a warning, if you haven't seen this video before, it is in their Discord, so if you join, it's in announcements. And there's no audio for the video. It is muted, and they uploaded it because they said they're still working on the sound effects. And yeah, that's it. Okay, so obviously, I think the really big one that I'm sure you guys saw is right here at the end. There's like a panther, so it looks like this game has Druid as well, which is pretty sick. We have no information about this yet or anything. But I think it's pretty clear, unless this guy back here threw a tiger at him, that he is a druid. But yeah, like so I said, all we have about this is literally just that there's a cat here. I don't know what he's doing. This is the first iteration we've seen of it. They haven't even mentioned anything about it, which is pretty funny. But it looks like it's doing some sort of like pounce or something. I'm not really sure. Maybe that's just a jump and it's just like, for the cinematic effect, but it could actually be like some sort of pounce attack they have. Because this game does have like a ton of lock-on abilities, and it would make sense that that's one of them. Maybe like a like a pounce stun or something like that. But to start off with, we see immediately that there is a new weapon type. I assume this is a casting type thing. Well, I mean, obviously it is because you see them cast with it. And they have up this ward shield style thing. And something really cool is you see this is, I believe, the new fire staff ability. This like laser that you see here, because that's the fire staff they're holding. And he swings his sword and shoots out a beam of light, or the blade of energy, or whatever you want to call it. He just slashes out. Looks pretty sick. That's actually something that I really want to mention that I'm thinking about it, is this looks incredibly cool, right? Like, this shit looks so cool. Also, something else I just noticed as I'm saying this is this right here has like kind of like snowflakes coming off it. I don't know if you can tell because the video quality might not be high enough, but there's like snowflakes coming off it over here, so I don't know if that has any meaning or it's just, special effects that exist. But yeah. And then moving on, you see him charging up. I mean, this is like the big fireball they have. It actually looks like it takes quite a while to charge. I don't know if it's longer or not. But and then after charging it, he literally hovers and he's kind of like flying in the air and he throws it and it explodes. Also, just to say, like as a like a note, like this looks way better than it did. Like just like like the fire and the effects and everything. Like this looks so much better than it did during the last test, which is actually really, really cool, I think. But other than just, fangirling over all the special effects, I think the really big things to talk about are the orb here and the shield we have. So I was talking with someone and we were like spitballing back and forth a couple of ideas. So as you can see, actually back it up here. When did they first start? So as you can see here, the orb does have three little things circling around it, and as he puts up the shield, they're like spinning around in front of him. He blocks it and then slashes out, and it does like some spin, and now it only has two of the things spinning around. So I'm not sure exactly what this means. I mean, it definitely like he loses the thing immediately after swinging. However, he does do the swing immediately after shielding. So I'm not sure exactly how this works. Maybe because the thing we don't know is we don't know if this is a special sword at all. Like this could be like some new like weapon type or something, or this could just be a literal like default straight sword. Because if you know, the casters were able to equip them, and then the shield or this orb is what's empowering the sword to do the ranged attack. Which, like I said, I'm not really sure, but like the sword doesn't look. I mean, right here it looks special, but I think that's just because it's enhanced. But I'm not sure exactly what makes that happen. It might be because if they block a certain amount of damage with the shield, which seems reasonable. I didn't see any indicator here for them doing it. Like, there's not really, anything on the screen that would show, like, okay, you have enhanced attack now. I assume maybe there's, like, a sound cue that does it. I mean, you can't really tell just based off seeing the shield. I mean, it kind of looks like it glows a bit more towards the end, but Like right here, like it looks a bit glowy, a bit more glowy, but I don't know. I would assume there's some like really like definitive way of telling what they're casting. And then right here, you see it hits them, and whenever it does, it has like some blue damage number pop up. This wasn't in the last test. There's a 63 and exclamation point. I don't know what this is. Maybe this means crit. I'm not really sure, but this doesn't really look like it would crit. I mean, just based on like the trajectory of where this is going, this I don't really see this critting. Unless maybe it just always crits or something like that. Who knows? But one thing to note is it does hit the guy, and I don't. So this could mean either it canceled his ability, so it could have stagger on it, or he could have just canceled himself. Not really sure, but then he immediately refires it. So more likely than not, it does seem like it's gonna have stagger on it, which is pretty cool. And this right here, this is I would assume because he kind of seems to like double jump here almost, but that could just be let's see. Yeah, like it looks like a double jump style perk. This the hovering on this fireball, it's probably a new perk that you activate with your breakpoints. I was talking to someone, and the person I was talking to, they mentioned they said, "Oh, it's probably stamina because the stamina but one before wasn't very good." I don't know what the stamina one was. I didn't play Pyromancer. I don't know any of their perk breakpoints or anything like that. So yeah, it's probably a new perk breakpoint. And I wonder if it is specifically tied to the Pyroclast or whatever the big fireball is called, or it's tied to like any charged like spell, like or can you just do it like for free? Is it just like a hovering thing you can do? I assume they probably would have done it before, and then after they charge it, they only start doing it then. But maybe it's just to peek the wall. So I'm not really sure what's up with that. As always, this thing does a million damage, and the transformation for this actually looks really fast. I mean, you don't see them like they're not doing anything right now. They don't have any sort of animation or anything going on, and they throw this, and then they're instantly running out as like a panther or whatever this is. So it looks like the transformation is pretty fast, probably similar to Dark and Darkers. I'm really not sure how this would work because if this game like you don't have like a spell wheel or anything, you have like specific abilities. In which case, there's maybe not that many forms you can transform into. Probably just I'd say maybe two, but who knows? Maybe there's more. We only see this one. I mean, maybe there's literally only one. Who knows? But other than that, not a ton to mention here. I mean, obviously it is a short video. The only thing I think that's really worth talking, or the main thing that's worth talking about here is the orb. Like, cause it's just like it's really cool. It seems to block. Oh, actually, something I do is worth mentioning is you can see like there's like blood on the outside here, so they are taking damage while blocking the spell. So you don't seem to block full damage of the spell. And the one thing I'm not sure about here is so right here. So after like so right before they do this attack, the guy stops like he stops shooting the thing. So I wonder if like you absorb the like it's like a spell absorption thing and that's why he stopped because it like broke it or maybe actually what's possible is the laser only charges for a certain amount of time. Like maybe it's like you charge it and then it like shoots and then that's there's like a cooldown and you can charge. You can't just perma hold it down the way you could with the old fire staff. Not really sure, but yeah. This could be ice magic now that I'm looking at it. It looks kind of like ice shards and stuff and like the snowflakes here would check out. So maybe this is tied to like the sword of frost or something, like the sword of like if it's like if you had like a shadow sword, like the one-handed shadow damage sword, it'd be like shadow magic instead. Because I don't know if this actually looks like cryo magic. Now that I think about it, I actually want to mention that to the guy I was talking to. This might be tied to the sword you're using, or it might have some other tie-in for the magic you're using, because this would make sense that the snowflakes are here and this looks like ice magic. Or maybe it's the orb itself. Maybe the orb itself has different elements and it's not just one. Like, there's like a fire staff and lightning staff. Maybe there's a shadow orb and an ice orb or a cryo orb, right? That would actually probably make sense rather than being tied to the sword. And then the orb is probably, like, just based on how it looks, it's probably an offhand weapon, the same as the shield is, so it only can be equipped in the offhand. I do wonder if it's only equipable if you have a sword, because if you don't know, shields are only equipable if you have a sword equipped in your first hand. Because it's not just like you can't do sword or shield, it has to be sword and shield, right? Or, well, the shield, it's shield and sword. The shield requires a sword to be equipped. So I'm not really sure about that, but I do think it's probably worth looking or worth mentioning. But yeah, that pretty much wraps it up for this trailer. Not a ton else to talk about, I don't think. Arena's still here, which is cool. I mean, this is the arena map, looks pretty cool. There doesn't seem to be anything changed with it that I can see, but obviously it is a very short video and doesn't really show much off. But I am incredibly hyped for the next Dungeonborne test coming up, and yeah, if you enjoy this type of video, then be looking forward to the next character videos I do. But alright, with that being said, thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.